Welcome to the lighter side of the dark side. It's your weekly freak show here on Renegade Radio and iHeartRadio and YouTube and Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to us. It's the Dark Mark Show. I am Dark Mark, the goth comedian. And as always, everybody's favorite horror writer, my co-host, Nicole Six.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, it's not. Well, I guess it's late afternoon where our guest.
Late afternoon, where our guest is from.
We're sweltering in the 2:00 Los Angeles heat right now, but it's a dry heat. It's not humid like Miami, Florida, which I'm familiar with. Nicole, once again, you scoured the all over the internet to find us interesting guests, and you've come up with a good one.
Thank you. I think she sounds fantastic. I can't wait to know more about her.
Yes, she's so giddy to hear that. And I am too, because I'm giddy to learn so much more about her. Because she's a bit of an enigma. I got to be honest with you. She has many names. She has many personas. She has many wigs. But she's a suicide girl. She's a model. She's an actress, and she's a singer who just came out with a new single, which I really like. And I've been listening to her music all day, and I really like it. She's a wonderful singer, Elina Lo.
Hi, thank you for having me, guys.
Sorry, the intro was really long and drawn out. I was trying to sum you up.
Perfect. It was perfect, and everything you said, woof, you didn't have to hype me up that much. But I really appreciate you guys.
But there's a lot to hype up, and we're gonna get into all this. Nicole's cat Trouble's joining us, appropriately enough, so that's good.
He just kept pawing at me. He wanted on my lap so bad.
Oh.
We know how Trouble is, so Trouble will be joining us as well. Before we get going, I do have to let you know, because you're in Miami. It's 5:00. You're getting ready to have dinner and then go party and do the whole thing and try to avoid coke dealers and have a fun time at the pub, or maybe you don't. I don't know, but you don't need coke to wake up. You need this. Ray's energy drink. This is the best. I don't know if you've heard of this, Elina, but this is the best. You can't get this at 7-Elevens. You can't get this at supermarkets. They do sell them at gyms and GNCs, but that's expensive. What you want to do is be cheap like me and order this online with our code DMS. It's in the description of the show if you're listening on a podcast catcher or on YouTube. This is the Galaxy Burst flavor, which is my favorite and Nicole's favorite. It tastes like Fruity Pebbles, like Fruit Loops.
Oh,
like
I love
really
that.
Sweet, really, really delicious. They have other flavors like Baja Lime that tastes like Baja Fresh or Baja Fresh. Tastes like Baja Blast from Taco Bell. They have sour gummy worms, which is surprisingly delicious. They have a Voodoo fruit punch flavor. But I've already popped this open because I need all the energy I can get to keep up with you.
Well, I kind of need one too, honestly.
That's delicious. And you know what the best part of this is? 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 crash. Get your Ray's energy drink in the description of the show. Elina, I'm not sure where to start with you. You are, as I said, you are an enigma, and it's funny to watch your progression on your YouTube channel. Because you have, and you still have them up there, you have videos of yourself from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I say this to every beautiful woman that comes on the show, but every beautiful woman tells me, when I was a teenager, when I was a kid, I was so awkward and ugly and nobody liked me and then. And you were never ugly. But I see you had braces, you were a little awkward. It's funny to watch the YouTube videos of you as a teenager and how your voice is so powerful, but you're a little awkward.
Yeah, definitely. That was a big factor when I was a teenager. I think like the funniest part is that like I have grown a lot as like a performer, but most of my YouTube videos were obviously me singing. And yeah, like I always knew like this is what I wanted to do, but like I didn't know like exactly how to do it. So I feel like when I was younger, like me trying to like put this out on like YouTube, like I was kind of scared of people judging me. I was like a little scene kid. So you already know when you're like a little scene kid, you're like meant to be awkward, like it just happens. But I just like I think it's crazy like that you're even talking about that, because like looking back at that, I feel like so much has changed, and I'm so thankful that like I even like started like some way. It wasn't like a lot of videos, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like looking back, I definitely feel proud of myself for like that I kept pushing. So
Well, you were ahead of your time because I mean, what strikes me when I watch those is that, as I said, your voice shines through. When you're singing, you're completely comfortable. When you're not singing, you're a little awkward and uncomfortable. But the kids these days, and I hate to be like, the kids these days, and I'm considerably older than you, and you're older than the kids these days. They're all polished and camera ready, and like they have no fear. They
yeah,
have no
that's actually
awkwardness.
crazy.
To the point it's fake looking to me that knows better, that has been doing videos for a long time, but they're so polished.
Yeah, of course. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what these kids are going through, but maybe they have like training behind the cameras. They were able to have that support to become like, I guess, this machine in this world. But honestly, I'm okay being awkward and being like most like real me, because I feel like if I ever did get bigger, um, I don't know. I would want to be myself. If I'm being awkward, if I'm being like strange, I would want people to relate to me because I'm sure like it's something that is very common, especially with everything that you do in this world. Yeah, like confidence is huge when it comes to music, but like there's also fear.
And you have it now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, yeah, because it was like a lot of time to get to that place, like a lot of bitching from other people, like, so yeah, I had to build it, and I always say like fake it till you make it. So I feel like that's a very like big like quote for me. But I don't know. I just really hope I always stay like the little humble, awkward person that I am, because even now I'm still a little bit awkward, as you can tell. So
I was gonna say, what drew you to singing? If you, when you were younger, like, is it the same thing that drives you now? Like, what was your interest in singing? What's the passion behind it?
So it's really funny because my dad always said that I was singing before I could even like properly say words. They would say like I would mumble words. I was like, what? That's so crazy to me. And there was like little pictures of me like literally like with a mic and stuff, like singing. Like and they would make my cousins watch me like in the living room. Like my cousins
Oh,
always tell me these stories, and I'm like, wow, I feel so bad. Like imagine watching a 5-year-old trying to sing. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to say what drew me to singing because it was something that I felt like I was born into. Like it was something that I was always doing. Yeah, like I have my inspiration. Like number one inspiration for me was always like Paramore. Like that was like a band that always made me want to be in a band and do like something crazy and be that confident like woman that I always wanted to be. But like as a child, like it was just something that like I just loved music. I loved being in front of people and entertaining. Like I wanted people to relate to me as far as like whatever I write and whatever I perform. I wanted it to be an experience always. So I feel like the biggest thing about music for me is just like, I don't know, just experiencing it and being with other people.
now were you born in Miami? Well, did you grow up in Miami?
So I was actually born in Hialeah, Florida.
I know
Which
where that
is,
is.
yeah, it's like part of Miami, but it's definitely the more
Do they still
Cuban
have the dog
side.
track there?
The dog track? I'm not even sure. I
Maybe
haven't.
not, but that was like I used to live in Miami. I live in South
Mm.
Miami, so not South Beach, South Miami. There's a difference. But when I was a kid, like my dad would go to the dog track all the time, so I knew Hialeah from that.
Dog track. I feel like that's not a thing anymore, though.
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that
It seems like
became
animal
inhumane.
abuse, but
Yeah,
yeah.
inhumane. Definitely.
And they used to have highlight there too, but they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they
Too many
changed.
people got hit in the head from a highlight ball, and they don't do
Ooh,
that stuff anymore.
yeah, that doesn't sound
I'm giving
fun.
you some real old school Miami. This is like Scarface stuff, like really old school Miami stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's like this is like Miami Vice stuff, but
I was gonna ask, have you gotten to travel much, or or do you stick mostly to Miami?
As far as
Like, have you
music
been to other
or
states? Yeah, music and your career with the Suicide Girls. Have you had an opportunity to travel?
um as far as business wise, I feel like the most I've ever like performed in was like within Florida. Um, the opportunities that I had were mostly closer to when I was a teenager, like late teens. And my dad is kind of strict, so it was really difficult for me to be able to travel out of Florida because he was always like on my butt, like he was always like with me. So yeah, that's like as far as I got. I have traveled a lot within the world, but it wasn't for music or modeling, unfortunately. But I do want to push for that, definitely.
That's got to be great having your dad along for a modeling shoot.
Yeah, no, not for that. It's for music, but he would never be there for
music.
modeling.
Oh, I
That's
was gonna say
completely
that's a little
no,
weird.
no, 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 no. He knows that's like my own thing, but with music, he's always been supportive with, so that's good.
Now, do your parents sing, or do they play instruments?
No, actually, I'm actually the only musician in my family, so
Oh, okay. So you just started singing, and there you go.
yeah,
Uh,
I had to be the brat and the diva, so it just like came out of me for some reason.
how many children in your family?
How many children in my family?
Yeah.
I'm actually the only child, so
Well, this is the second week in a row we got an only child, and I thought so. It just because I was the youngest child, so I got spoiled, but not like an only child.
yeah, it's
Only child, it's like okay, yeah, you're gonna definitely live your own life, and there's the brothers and sisters have no influence on it. Parents are gonna dote on you because you're the miracle baby.
yeah, that is a factor, definitely.
I'm guessing you grew up Catholic.
Catholic, no, actually, very close, but I grew up Christian, so
Yeah. Okay. So you guys weren't Catholic.
my father was Christian and my mother was Catholic. But I was definitely Christian for a really long time. I actually went to a private school till like fourth grade, and then I went to public school. But yeah, I kind of just like grew out of it. So
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
I like the
Yeah.
style,
God, deities. Yeah.
definitely. But I felt like it was good to put it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No,
I
no.
was just gonna say that I really liked the relationship you had with the snake in the video. Is that your snake?
That's actually my cousin Snake.
Okay, I felt like you were close to the snake. Like the snake seemed really like gentle and tempered.
I was actually kind of scared of that snake because funny story, that
It's a
snake
big
has
snake.
bit me before. So
Oh no.
yeah, so you fake it till you make it, obviously.
But your ethnicity is very. It's not obvious.
It's confusing, definitely. I get it a lot.
It seems like there's a lot going on.
It's very funny. I don't really know how to say this. Like, I did a 23andMe because I was also very confused on what I am, and apparently, I'm like a soup of like different things. Like, it's so crazy.
You're like all 23.
Yeah, all 23. It's so crazy. Like, if you see it, you're gonna be like, what even? But I'm mostly Cuban, definitely. I had
Right.
like 35% Native American. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, but I feel like
Because most people that take the 23andMe and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm part Native American," when they take it, it's like, "No, you're not." But you were.
I guess I don't even know how that would even work because I used to think that my parents used to tell me that I was like,
Well, the
Canadian.
Native Americans had sex with other cultures, and that's not. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I heard the horrible stories about it, but that's why I was like, I'm trying to
Like
tell people about
Pocahontas is a good
that.
story, and the rest of it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it gets really dark.
Yes.
So,
So,
but yeah, I did have
Do
a
you
lot
know
of
which
classy
tribe?
stuff.
Does the 23andMe tell you which tribe that you were from, or?
I don't think it gets that deep. I would have to download it again, honestly. But that would be pretty cool
what
if
was
you could tell me
another
that.
nationality that surprised you?
It was just telling me a lot about like Spain. It was a lot of Spain. And I think
Right.
that's very common for a lot of people in Miami. And then the obvious like Cuban. So that was pretty cool too. But there was like little like hints of everything.
So maybe like Christopher Columbus is like great grandfather.
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
You said that you had like a little tribe when you were in high school.
Oh yeah, we were like scene kids, you know what I mean? Like we were into like the emo music, Warped Tour, like all that stuff, you know, like and we were in bands too. So we were like kind of not like band kids, but kind of like band kids because we were like in a rock group
Right.
in bands. So it's just like we were like trying to make a band and it was so cheesy and corny because if you see like those original like YouTube videos, you see us
I've
like,
seen a
as little
few.
kids, like yeah, doing covers of like Paramore and like Bring Me Horizon and all these little things and like But
and
yeah,
they're
it was
good,
just like a little thing, you know.
and they're good. They're good. They're really good. They're really cute, but they're not obviously not by 2022 standards, not polished.
No, definitely not. Like
But
iPhone
like the
quality.
kids today would be like take two, take three. The best is when some guy starts like you're starting a video and some guy's like strumming a guitar and you're like, stop.
Oh yeah, I definitely had a little bit of an attitude. That was like actually one of my best friends too, and that's kind of why I got like on his butt. I was like, "Hey, we're kind of recording right now."
Well, you're the boss, and it was great. He's like,
Sometimes you gotta
stop, we're
be.
recording.
Yeah, sometimes you really gotta be though.
The funniest thing, and your hair was always on point. That's the thing. You know, it's definitely a different style back then, obviously, and your natural dark hair, I'm assuming, but it was definitely on point. But you know, the braces are cute. This is why it's cute to me, is when somebody's so extraordinarily beautiful like you, and there's like a little flaw, or I don't know, it's not really a flaw, but it's like a little quirk. It makes you even more attractive.
Oh, it's so sweet. I love that.
Am I wrong, Nicole? Like when you see
No, it's
somebody that's
absolutely
like,
true.
yeah, when you see
Oh,
somebody that's
Yeah. Because it makes them more human.
when you're speaking, you're a little awkward, and then when you sing, it's just you got such a powerful voice. Now, when did you? And this takes a lot of confidence. When did you become a suicide girl?
oh my God, it's actually kind of funny. Um, so of course, like when you're a scene kid, you see these models full of tattoos. There was this one suicide girl that just like kind of like popped out to me. Her name was like Plum Suicide. I don't know if you guys ever heard of her. She had like really bright purple hair. And like
Mhm.
I was just like so obsessed with her. I was like, wow, she's so beautiful. Like I want to look like this. And like this is me like being like 12, 13, probably, you know. Super young to be looking at this, but you know, the internet does things.
Yeah,
Um
that's old now. Now, when 12, 13-year-olds look at suicide girls, it's like, yeah, you're like the old school, like
yeah,
9-year-olds are
basically
looking at
it's so
her. Yeah.
crazy.
In
But yeah,
kindergarten, they're downloading suicide girls pictures.
oh no.
I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't
Oh no,
hear
that'd be
them.
crazy. Hopefully not. But yeah, I saw her and throughout the years I was like, damn, I kind of want to get into modeling. I started modeling when I was 15. My first shoot was actually my 15 shoot, and I was like, I kind of like this. So I kept doing it with like people around me who were photographers. I started making connections. I built up my own brand as far as like just shooting like people that I was making my friends, like local photographers. And like I would tell the guys that like I was dating, like I kind of want to be a suicide girl, but I don't know about it. And of course, like being that young, I couldn't be a suicide girl yet. But a lot of times the guys that I were dating would be against that. So I never really pushed for it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it sucks, but you really gotta be careful with who you date when you're young because they can really like stop you from doing a lot of things. But yeah, so I grew older.
That's so weird to me. I would think it would be like, hey, I'm going out with a suicide girl, but no,
Yeah,
these
you
guys.
would think that. No, but
Why would that be, Nicole?
Because some guys want things to only belong to them, and that you're sharing your naked body, and that's something that they might have felt should be only shared with someone that you care about.
couldn't say it better. Honestly, that's literally what it is. Mm-hmm.
I know so much about men, and yet a lot of times I know nothing about men because I'm so not like that. I'm like, if you're beautiful and you know you want to be a model, if you're going out with me and you have a dream, I want you to follow it, and I'm going to support you and do what I can to make sure you achieve that dream.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Nicole had a dream to have a cat. Now she does. So
Oh,
I'm not
I
going out
love
with her, but I helped her
that.
out with that. And so you want to be a suicide girl, and and forget these teenage boys who are going out with. They're a bunch of boys, and
No, of course. Yeah.
but gee, I mean, it's so weird to me still. Like, especially a high school guy, I'd be like, especially if I was in high school, I'd be like, wow, I'm dating a suicide girl. But anyway, I don't know. Things are weird in Miami these days.
Yeah. No, and honestly, like we were young, you know, their opinions are probably changed by now. I don't really like stay in
I'm sure
contact.
they have.
But
I'm sure they jerk
yeah.
off to your pictures.
Oh my God, no, hopefully not. That would be a story. But yeah, eventually, I kind of let time pass. I kind of just kept doing my own thing. I was doing like lingerie photo shoots once I like broke up with these men. I was doing my own thing, whatever, for like a whole year. I was like single. And then
And did you get tattoos in that time? When was your first tattoo?
yeah, my first tattoo, I was actually 19 years old and I got a rib piece. It was actually a Sia lyric. So it says breathe me. And then that was like once I got that, it went downhill. I just like tattoo, tattoo, tattoo. It was like my parents were not happy, but
I
Do
was
you
going to
have a
ask. I
favorite tattoo?
figure your dad. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nicole.
I was curious if she had a favorite tattoo.
my favorite tattoo, wow, I have a couple that are pretty up there. Um I think one of my favorites is probably like the no face one from Spirited Away. I feel
It's
like a
pretty
lot of
good.
people point that one out. I also have a Grogu tattoo on the back of my calf, which is pretty detailed, and I like that one too.
Cute.
And you know what my favorite tattoo is the
Oh yeah, the
funny.
Playboy.
I know, but that's a whole different thing. Now it's funny because I'm the exact opposite. I'm the only one in my family that does not have tattoos. My dad has tattoos. My mom has tattoos. My sister has tattoos. Now my niece and nephew have tattoos. I don't have tattoos. I'm the
Okay.
rebel in the family. But your father was pissed when you got tattoos? And your
Yeah,
mom?
definitely.
Oh, geez. Now that you're all tattooed, you can't. It's pretty obvious. And what do they think now? Have they grown to accept it?
Yeah, my dad
Their
was
only
kind
child,
of.
their sweet, innocent girl that they've always wanted their whole life. The miracle is now all tattooed.
Hey, to be fair, I think I'm still very sweet and I'm still a good kid. I just have tattoos. So
Tell them everybody's got tattoos these days.
exactly.
Nicole's got
No,
tattoos.
that's not what you say though. Because when you
Yeah,
say that,
tattoos.
it's like if you jump off that's so cute. If you jump off a cliff, like if your friends jump off a cliff, will you jump off a cliff type stuff? You know what I mean? Like not to follow other people.
No, but I'm saying it's the norm now. I mean, it's I remember talking to my parents about tattoos, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't have tattoos and have a job." Like, no, everybody at my work or everywhere I've worked has tattoos now. It's the norm. I just choose not to have them. You know, why mess with a good thing? But I was looking at your TikTok stuff, and you got some very fun stuff there. And the funniest thing that really, do you think you're mentally ill because you have tattoos?
Oh, definitely not. I'm mentally ill and have tattoos. So I think
I
that's
don't
the
think you're right. So
keyword.
far, you're not mentally ill. I know I am, but I think you might not be. But Nicole, if you go to, and I'm sure you will after the show, Elena's TikTok, she had the latest videos are very funny. One of her going into a tattoo parlor and say, "Hey," and then the tattoo artist is like, she comes in, she's like, "I want a tattoo," and the tattoo artist is like, "Are you mentally ill?" She's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Come right in." It's hilarious.
Yeah, it
I
was
gotta
really
start doing
funny.
those. See, this is why I can't get any traction on TikTok. Because I just promote my stuff and I want people to watch the whole thing and nobody has an attention span.
Yeah, you have to like kind of see what's like. The thing for me was like whatever sound is popular right now, and I would just use that sound, or I would be dumb and stupid and like do little dances, and I feel like that's like the best thing for TikTok.
Yeah, I gotta start
You
dancing.
do little
Yeah,
dances, Mark.
you gotta start little
No,
dancing.
I got to. No, it was funny because when I was posting my TikTok video today, what was on there was like a little girl dancing and a lot of views. And I'll be honest, and I know she's a little girl. She's probably like 6 years old, but wasn't a great dancer. But
He's like, I could do
she got a
that
lot of
better.
hit. Well, I've seen you move now, and your name on Suicide Girls is different. I can't
Yeah,
pronounce it.
so it's crazy because the reason why I became a suicide girl was because their staff photographer hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you want to like shoot for Suicide Girls?" And I was like, "Damn, dude, like I kind of wasn't pushing for this, but you know what? Like I feel like 2 3 years ago I would have said hell yes, like I would have wanted this so bad that I'm gonna do it now. Like forget it, like I'm just gonna do it because this is like an opportunity that I'm not gonna miss." So he hit me
What do
up.
you see you in that he would give? He would extend the opportunity. Just your Instagram, or
Probably my Instagram because he hit me up on Instagram. So I was like, oh shoot, okay, I guess this is
he
happening.
slid into your DMs?
Yeah, literally. And let me just say, like, he's like the biggest sweetheart ever, probably one of the best professional like photographers like I've ever worked with and continue to work with. So I feel like that was such a blessing for me because like I feel like there's a lot of like creepy photographers out there. But like I had like
You
the
don't
best
say.
scenario. Yeah, like I definitely had the best scenario for something as big as like Suicide Girls. And like I'm very thankful for him, like for putting me into that world. And the reason why I had the name Shashi Kitsune, because it was my original Instagram name. And I was like, okay, I need to rebrand to something easier because I was trying to make music become like more of a thing for myself. And Shashikitsu was not something that kind of rolls off the tongue easily, because it means
You're telling me I can't even say it.
yeah, like it means moon fox in Japanese. So that's the reason why I had it. And I tried changing it on Suicide Girls, but they told me that they couldn't. So I was like, damn, I guess I'm kind of stuck with that persona.
Right.
So that's the only reason why it's different. But if I could change it to my name, I would.
Well, the Suicide Girls office is down the street from me, so I'll go in there and talk to them.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That would be awesome.
I get no promises, but
yeah, definitely.
I mean that's the dream that you fulfilled.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to continue pushing for it, you know.
And what was the reaction from the Suicide Girls community?
Like my reaction towards them or them towards me?
Oh, their reaction towards you.
I feel like it was really positive. I gotta say, like that community is so beautiful, and like especially like the other women that shoot for Suicide Girls, like they're so welcoming, and like I keep using this word, but I'm so thankful for them too, because like if it wasn't for them, I feel like it would have been more difficult to push for Suicide Girls, because like they're just like very beautiful people, like inside and out. And then the men and like whoever like subscribe to like Suicide Girls themselves and like support your photos, like yeah, sometimes they're a little bit dirty, but a lot of them are very supportive, and like they will like compliment you till the end. Like they always have something really nice to say. And I think that's like the best part about Suicide Girls, because like if you go on TikTok, if you go on like on Twitter, Pornhub, whatever the hell, there's gonna be so many negative comments. But with Suicide Girls, I feel like it's been mostly positive on my side. So
you're gonna get negative comments, and you're also gonna get the "Hey, I want to bang you" kind of comments. So
yeah, take it like a grain of salt.
Yeah, yeah. Will you be my friend? Those type of comments too. I need a friend. Will you be my friend?
Always.
Go ahead.
Do you
Nicole.
have a favorite set that you shot with Suicide Girls?
I think my favorite set was probably the second to last one. It's not out yet. It's about to be out actually this upcoming month. But it's basically like I have some photos on Instagram. It's like in a tub. So he got like this Airbnb in Miami Beach, and like we took shots like with water, and I had like a one piece like white suit, and then we were just playing like in the tub, and we had like splashy with like towels and stuff. Like I think it was like really sexy, and I felt like I looked my best there. So that's definitely like up there.
That sounds good.
It is. Trust me, I've glanced at it, but. I mean, you definitely know how to pose.
Thank you.
And that's a skill. That's a skill. I mean, you're beautiful right now, just sitting in a couch. But I mean, you know your body. You know what looks good, what doesn't. I don't know if it's you or the photographer or a mix
it's
of both.
definitely both. It's definitely both. I will say that, because sometimes I work with people and they don't make me look the best. So you can only do so much in so many angles.
Right. But you know your good angles. Nicole does too. When she does selfies, she knows exactly to turn your head like this and the whole thing. And me, I know my best angle, which is basically from a drone, is what my best.
I love that.
That's me. Anyway, so getting back to the music, what I found interesting, as I said, I was scrolling through your YouTube, and as I said, you're such an enigma. I was looking for stuff online about you, and as of yet, there's not a lot unless you subscribe to Suicide Girls, and my credit card was apparently declined. But you did a video where you did a cover of a Selena Gomez song.
Oh my god!
And that you say that, but the video, I don't know who shot that, looks completely professional.
Yeah,
it's a really good looking video.
It was.
I've seen videos for major rock bands on major labels that didn't look near as good as that.
So funny story, Zed was actually doing a competition for a cover of that song.
Zed's a DJ. I'm sorry, I forgot.
No, it's okay. So yeah, he was doing a competition for that song, and I hit up one of my friends. I was still in high school. That was doing a lot of like video production. He was also in my high school. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So I had like a lot of my friends like help me do that video, and I entered the competition. I obviously didn't win, but it was definitely like an experience. So I think that's probably why it's so professional compared to my other videos. But I'm trying to like get back to that professionalism.
For what ostensibly I was guessing was a bunch of high school kids. It's really good.
That's crazy when you think about it. Like you look back, he's actually like doing bigger stuff now. Like
I'm sure he is because he's very talented.
He's extremely talented. Like I'm so thankful that I met him too, because like without him, I would have not also pushed for music. You know, having all these connections and having these like wholesome people in your life has really like helped me do what I wanted to do. So,
and the lighting, all that stuff is just I mean, I'm assuming you have probably had $50 to make it. It looks really good.
I actually didn't pay
maybe
for
more than that, but still.
So it was in my room. We did it outside in a car. Like it was like very basic locations. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
So and then you were singing in a band.
Yes, I was
I've
actually
seen you singing in a rock band.
Yes,
and you put out an EP.
That's crazy that you like deep in that.
I dive deep on everybody. So I was looking, and you know, I saw some live performances, and you were good.
Thank you. Yeah,
I mean, even though stuff now is not quite so rock oriented, I mean, you were tearing it up on stage.
Yeah, that's definitely my roots. I will say that.
Is there a big rock scene in Miami? I know there's a big club scene, but and rap scene, but
I will say it used to be better. Recently, a lot of like the venues that I used to perform at and used to go to have been closing down, unfortunately. Like Churchill's, Las Rosas, like all these like, I guess like hole in the walls that all of like our rock kids like knew of and like knew where to go. Like they don't really exist anymore. So there's still local bands. I'm not gonna say there isn't, but I feel like the support for those type of bands is just not here anymore, unfortunately. Which sucks because like I would still love to do music like that, but I know like for this area I need to like change it up a little bit. So
I thought it was good. I just think what you're doing now is better.
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
think it's more you. And it's you say it's fun to go on your YouTube channel and see the progression and see the various influences, and there's a lot. I mean, there's and we'll get to your current music right now, but there's rock influence, there's dance influences, pop influence. Even Rosebud, and I don't know if maybe I'm off base because I really like the song. It's like a trip hop influence, and I don't know if you're even old enough to know what I'm getting at, like a Massive Attack, Portishead sort of influence to that song.
I bet
you don't even know who I'm talking about.
No, I'm so sorry.
But I'm telling you, go to Spotify, listen to Massive Attack and Portishead, and there's a similar vibe. These are bands that were big in like the late 90s, early 2000s. But what they did, they were from England, took rap beats and kind of slowed them down and had soul singing over those rap beats. Listen to Massive Attack, Mezzanine, and Portishead Dummy are two of the best records I've ever listened to. Nicole, can you back me up on this?
Oh, I love Massive Attack. I think she'd really like them.
Yeah. So I thought they were an influence, and they were not. But I'm sure it was maybe subconsciously, or you just on your own figured that out. Now, the Rosebud video, as Nicole was referring to, I mean, like I say, it's a real like slow burn sort of a song, and it's a slow burn sort of video with a lot of controversial imagery.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you get any flack for that?
Actually, no. So, okay, I can't believe I'm going to get into this. So the guy that
it's a dark mark show. You're going to get into it. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So, the guy I was working with, I'm not going to say his name. He kind of messed me over. Like, he really messed me up. So basically we had a mutual friend and he like hit me up and was like, hey, I kind of have these beats and I need vocals for it. So like, yeah, I was like, heck yeah, like this is exactly what I want to do. Like, that's what I was trying to do. This is my first time actually making music out of a band. So I was like, why not?
So he's the one that was influenced probably by Massive Attack and Portishead.
Yeah, so that's when you were saying that, I was like, okay, maybe he had the connection with that because I'm not aware of that. Honestly, I just knew my lyrics and my mother.
You're too young for that.
Who knows?
Back in my day, we had trip hop people, and anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, very talented man. Whatever. We recorded like 5 songs. And then he really messed me up because he tried making me like buy the songs because we had like a little bit of an argument. So I only ended up releasing one of the songs, which I paid for, and the music video that we like split and stuff. But my original idea for the video was to do like 7 sins because I wanted to make it very controversial. But one of the things that we like butt like heads with, I hate talking about him, but like one of the biggest things that we butt head about was that I really wanted to do like a warning sign before the video,
Right.
like, just in case, because I hate to say it, but a lot of people are kind of sensitive nowadays, and I need to like consider that as far as like being an artist and like who I'm putting my art to. Like I need to be careful. But he didn't want to do that. He was like, "Oh, like there's nothing like wrong with this video, da 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 da." And I was like, "Great." So he didn't do that, and I feel like there is a lot of things that people might not agree with. Um, but it is what it is at this point, So
Well, you call Virgin Mary a whore,
yeah.
and which I don't know her personally, so you might be onto something. But you're dressed like a nun, the sexiest nun I've ever seen. Like Nicole said, you got a snake all over you, which actually gave me flashbacks of another old video of the Tori Amos crucified video, which is a lot of similar imagery, religious imagery, where she's running around with a snake. So
I gotta
yeah,
see that.
yeah, of course. I'm giving you, there's back in my day, we had Tori Amos and Massive Attack and Porter's. Tori Amos Crucified. Check that out on YouTube and listen to Massive Attack and Porter's. I think you'll like them. But yeah, she's
the 90s were 30 years ago, Mark.
The 90s. I know the 90s were 30 years ago. I understand that, but that's when I was a teenager, and that's what I was getting into, and that's when you were a teenager too. But yeah,
no.
Well. Maybe not. So I'm a little older than you. So Nicole's 14. I didn't know.
No, 30 years ago I was 7.
Oh,
right. No, but when Massive Attack at Portishead were out, it was almost 2000. You were a teenager. I don't want to get into stuff that was before Angie was born. So let's get back to her thing. So it shows a lot of religious imagery, like. How religious are your parents? Did they watch that?
Oh yeah, definitely. So okay, I think the best part about all of this is that most of my influence came from my parents, because
right.
Yeah, like whatever, I have my problems with them too, like everybody does with their parents, but I feel like I grew up with a lot of like horror and like dark stuff. Like my parents were like in love with like Depeche Mode, The Cure, like all those like more
goth stuff,
all the goth stuff, like that was their thing. And like so I feel like once they saw that video, they kind of like expected that from me. And we're like, wow, like yeah, this is like a little dark, but they couldn't really judge me because who is the base of this influence, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, Dad, you were the goths that influenced me.
Yeah, like that's the reason for this imagery. Like I wanted it to be dark. I wanted it to be spooky, religious, like part of my past. And like if you sin, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that was my biggest thing about it too,
Did you? I'm guessing you did have a goth phase at some point.
I think being emo is the closest thing I ever had to a goth phase.
Tell me the difference between emo and goth, because I have a definition. Some people don't agree with me on this one. What's your definition? What's the difference between the two?
I don't think I have like an actual definition, but I think definitely being goth is more. I think being goth is probably way more cool, because I feel like being emo has been probably like the generation after the goth kids.
Right.
So they're probably more like a watered down goth kid.
That's a good one. I like that one, watered down goth. Because it was interesting, because I posted something about crying on Facebook yesterday, and somebody's like, "It's so emo." I'm like, I've never seen an emo kid cry in my life. To me, emo kids are the least emotional people I've ever met in my life. And to my definition of emo, and this is just from personal perspective, from somebody who was goth and still is goth as an adult. I'm still waiting to get out of my goth phase, and one day it'll happen. But emo to me are people that want to be goth, but just don't go all the way with it. They still want to have one foot in popular cool land. That's
so funny.
But I've never seen anybody emo cry in my life. I've seen them pout, which was what was funny about what I posted, because I posted emo people. I've never seen an emo person cry, and then he posted a meme of Dr. Evil like sulking. I was like, no, I've seen him sulk and pout. I've never seen them cry. But I don't know.
That's kind of funny.
But you had your emo phase.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so you went into a hot topic somewhere between the Marilyn Manson and Disney years and found a home.
So funny story. I was actually a manager at Hot Topic for a couple of years.
Nah, you tell me. Nah, you tell me. How cool was that? You got all the stuff for like the employee discount.
Yeah, that was a great discount, honestly. It was like 40% off. So like half my
That's awesome.
closet. Yeah.
And you were like, were you like, is this it was you still in high school or is this post high school?
This was actually like right after high school. So
Oh, so all your high school friends were jealous and they're like going to Hot Topic. You're like, look at me, I'm cool. But they already knew you were cool.
no, it was more like they expected it from me. And they wanted like the discounts too. So I would kind of have to hook them up low key, you know.
In your yearbook, you were voted most likely to be the manager at Hot Topic.
It was actually most likely to be famous, but you're close.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're onto something.
Yeah,
And,
me too.
well, I really like the new song, which is Love.
It's a good song. Thank you.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
There's no video yet though.
Yeah, there's no video to it. I don't think I'm gonna do a video for it because I feel like I'm working on better stuff right now. I don't want to say too much because I'm probably not allowed to say too much. But yeah, I have like 2 songs about to come out very soon, and we're working on a music video for one of them. And I feel like that music video is gonna be like insane. Like the people that hit me up to work like with me for that song is like they're using like green screens and stuff. So it's like
Cool.
it's intense. Yeah.
Lower minds. What were you gonna say?
What's the producer on your new song? Like, who made the beats?
Oh, so his name is Ian. He is actually in this EDC group called Black V-Neck. I say EDC, but I meant EDM. They play for EDC.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, he works with a partner of his that does like a lot of like techno and electronic music. And I've known him for like a really long time, like probably like over a decade. So it was
local Miami guy.
I guess you can say local Miami, but he travels so much doing music stuff. It's like, is he even local anymore? You know? And then also I have another friend of mine. His name is David. So having both of them like combine together and make those beats and like, so I didn't even mention this. That's so funny now that I'm thinking about it. The lyrics and the melody for that song was actually from another song that I made with the previous producer who fucked me over. So I kind of just extracted those vocals and we put it there and then they wrote around it. And then I re-recorded the vocals and we made it around the instrumental. So yeah, they kind of helped me rebuild that from something that I can release it and made it better.
Nice.
So yeah.
Right. So you're on the right track now. Fuck that guy. But,
yeah, it happens.
You got a good song and video out of it, and you can leave him in the past. There's better songs and better videos to come. But what's interesting is that even though you don't have a video, you have a lot of striking imagery around love. With definitely. You and bloody hearts, and really something that I find oddly attractive because you're eating hearts, and I know I've had my heart eaten, and so it's like, wow, beautiful woman eating a heart. I can relate to this. I love it.
Thanks. A lot of like the imagery that we have out, I created because I feel like I have like a lot of ideas, like too many ideas that I can even put out on the table. So I really appreciate that you're saying that.
Have you eaten somebody's heart? Is that a metaphor for your life?
Not yet. No one's pissed me off that much yet. But I have
going around eating men's hearts.
Close enough, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's almost vampiric. So, you're into vampires and things. I know you said you're a horror movie, or.
Yeah. So it's funny because my favorite movie is actually Jennifer's Body.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Being a succubus was like one of my little things for my music, I guess. I wanted to be like that sexy, like I guess you can say like scary woman that's like a carnivore and she'll eat you up if anything. I don't know. I just wanted men to be afraid of me, but
I don't know if that's working. And it's funny because you describe your music as I'm trying to think the exact phrase, but it was scary dance music for gay people. But as somebody who's straight, I'm like, well, we like it too.
Oh, that's great. I mean, the more people, the merrier, you know?
Are you specifically making your music for gay people?
No,
And how do
definitely
you?
not.
I think gay people need scarier music, though. I think it's because when you go to every gay club, it's the same. And like, yeah, they need more scary beats in the gay clubs. I think.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I feel like
They need
I
more
would love
Elina
to
Lo.
influence that. More Alina Lo. Yes, definitely. I would love to be a part of those clubs.
Are you in the
Yeah.
rotation? I mean, are you regular? You're regular at the gay clubs, I would imagine, right?
So I actually kind of don't go out that much. I'm a very homebody. If I go out, it's like with my friends every now and
Sure.
then.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I like concerts more than clubs. So
I
if I go
got you.
out to go see like local bands, but I don't know. I don't really remember the last time I went to like a club. I feel like
Well,
clubs are a little
COVID kind of,
scary.
COVID
Yeah,
kind of put the kibosh on that, and then it's like, all right, you find a free group of friends and you just stick with them.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I will say that. I mean, clubs are fun. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but like I just like I don't feel comfortable sometimes like just going out with all those people. Who knows what's gonna happen, you know?
Right. Right. Now, Nicole, have you ever been to Miami?
No, I have not. Florida's one of the few places I haven't been.
Elina, tell Nicole all about Miami, about your Miami, because I told you about my Miami 100 years ago. Tell her about your Miami
Wow. So my
and what's cool about
Miami.
Miami and why you love growing up there.
Wow, love is a really big word, but
Or
I,
memories that you have.
I will say that I feel like Miami is definitely more of like a place to travel and vacation at. I feel like living here is kind of complicated, like as far as like paying for rent. Like the rent here is insane. The traffic here is also very insane. I feel like the transportation could be definitely better. I feel like the
So
homeless.
Nicole, you don't have to leave LA. We already got that here.
Like,
Yeah,
that's exactly.
basically, it's literally like another LA because I've been to LA a couple times and I can definitely say like comparing it is like definitely there, and like the homeless number here is getting worse. So like I feel so bad, but it's like
So
even
LA.
in like locations that you wouldn't think that it would be so bad, like Kendall, for example, is like becoming even worse, and it's like I feel like Miami is also getting dirtier by the
Mm-hmm.
day.
Very LA.
Yeah, it's like LA. I have to tell you that, but with like meaner people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people here are not that nice. But it is a beautiful city at
It's so
night. Like,
nice here in LA. I'm
ah,
rolling my eyes.
Well, they pretend to be in LA at
Yeah.
least.
Oh, that's
at
right. They do. They do
least,
that fake shit. Yeah.
yeah, at least you guys have that. Because here they're just like they'll literally flick you off in traffic. Like, yeah. But at least the city is like it's gorgeous. The beaches are there's some of the beaches are pretty. I will say that.
So
Um,
when Nicole comes out to Miami and hang out, where are you going to take her?
where am I gonna take her? Um, oh my god. There's this okay, so I had to let me look up the name real quick because I can never say it right. There's this bar here that's called Apothecary
Yes.
330, and it's like a
Right.
super duper goth bar, and it's
That's great.
beautiful. Yeah, like once you walk in there, the interior is like it's just like all velvet red and like the gold, and they have like little spooky portraits like on the wall, and it's beautiful. And I think that's like one of my favorite places like ever here because it's like the one place that's like very peaceful and you feel like you're kind of at home. So I think definitely if you come here, we would need to take you over there.
That sounds
Yeah.
great. Now tell me how did you come up with Elina Lo as a pseudonym?
As a name?
Yeah.
Okay, so my full name is actually Angelina Lopez. So if you cut that in half, it's Elina
Right.
Lo. My friend was actually the one that made it
jeez.
up. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
it's so obvious.
it's actually, a lot of people don't make that connection. And it my friend was the one that
Well, I
told
wouldn't have,
me.
but you explained it to me, so I got the connection. You spelled it out.
Yeah. Well, you
So you have
probably
to go
didn't
to
know my name.
people ANGIELOPEZ and then the yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just like in the middle.
And but Angelina Lopez, like it's like Angelina Jolie meets Jennifer Lopez. You could have kept that.
Oh no, I just feel like it's a long name and I kind of don't want to be associated to Jennifer Lopez. Because Because I don't know, I wanted my own little thing, something different that
There's
nobody
only
else
one
really
Elina.
has. Exactly. So,
Have you been in love?
have I been in love? Oh my god.
How many times have you been in love? I've been in love 3 times.
I've been in 3 serious relationships that I would have said I was in love during the time. But I feel like looking back at all those relationships, I was probably in love, like for real love, like once. And I think like that's it. I don't know. Men kind of suck.
That's an understatement. But I was in love. I've been in love 3 times. The last one was such a heartache. I don't know if I haven't been able to fall in love since. There's some people that just can't fall in love, and there's some people that fall in love way too easy.
Yeah, definitely.
I was one who fell in love way too easy, and now I don't know if I can ever again. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I was looking at some of your Suicide Girl layouts, and maybe some of the old feelings are coming back. I don't know, but
Stop.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But so what is I know you have to be non-specific, but what style of music are these songs that are coming up? What's going to be the style? Still EDM, dance oriented, scary dance music for gay people, or what's coming up?
I definitely think that we're still sticking with the scary dance people for gay people, whatever. But I think there's more like rock influence in this one. I will say that.
Well, Love has a bit of an industrial vibe too.
Yeah, but I feel like this one's definitely way more industrial. I feel like there's a lot more screaming and more singing.
Ooh. Oh, you get to indulge that side.
Yeah.
How cathartic is it when you're in the studio and you're screaming your head off?
Oh my god, it's the best feeling ever. But I know like my other producer is just like looking at me and he's like it's funny to be screaming and having like your friends next to you watching you scream. So
right. And the producer's like, could you scream a little louder, please? And then you might come through.
Yeah.
And then I've seen the older videos of yours where you actually warn the audience, forgive my screaming, but here we go.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Damn, I can't believe you used to say that. That's funny.
I don't know. That seems to be the norm. Everybody's so polished now, and hey, how you doing? And they're like Chick-fil-A employees. They're like robots. It's like, hi, how are you? Hey, it's like nobody's like that. You're not a real person. What is that? Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for joining us. It's like, oh no, I can't do it.
But that's what
you got to do.
Yeah, thank God that you're not like that, because I feel like it's very repetitive.
Yeah, but
they gotta do that. They gotta do that. I feel like I can never do that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're a real person. So, but this new generation coming up, and in the coming years, the arts and entertainment and the stuff we're going to see on social media is going to be so much of that. It's going to be even like more robotic as we go along. Hi, how are you? Like, comment, subscribe, like a robot. No, I don't know. But
no.
now we like to ask that. Now, I know ordinarily wouldn't ask you this, but you do have an OnlyFans, so I do have to ask. We do ask this of all of our guests. You don't have to answer, but I'm curious your answer. What is a fetish that you're into? What is your fetish?
Wow, a fetish. Okay. So this is actually kind of crazy for a lot of people that don't know me. I'm actually not a sexual person at all. So I feel like what I put out there is just kind of like more of like loving my body, more of like kind of like a persona for this brand that I'm making. But I don't know, like if I'm demisexual, so if I like really like a person, I definitely like have my kinks and my fetishes with this person, but that's definitely something that I explore with that person as long as there's like an emotional connection.
Okay.
I feel like as far as
emotional connection is your fetish.
Yeah, that's actually, I never thought about it that way, but I'm gonna start using that. So emotional connection is my fetish.
No, I get that. I get that. I went out with somebody that she told me that I was demisexual. I don't know what I am. I'm sapiosexual. I'm demisexual. I don't know. I'm asexual, but involuntarily so. So I don't know what I am, but okay. So somebody has to have an emotional connection with you. That's great. But you know how to be sexy.
Yeah, took a lot of years of training myself, I guess.
Yeah, and your OnlyFans, did that get you through the pandemic? The OnlyFans, as far as the
oh yeah,
income.
definitely. I actually quit Hot Topic because of OnlyFans because I was making so much more money than I was at Hot Topic. So
What a choice.
yeah, best choice.
Dude, that's like the coolest move. You're a Hot Topic manager and you're like, I'm out of here because I'm a Suicide Girl and I have an OnlyFans. So see ya.
Definitely. It's like the best move ever. And then soon I'll be on their TVs playing music. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. If they play music anymore. I don't know.
They do.
Last time we went by a Hot Topic, Nicole and I walked by there and it was like a Disney store. I didn't know what was going on. But you got Twitch, you got TikTok, you got everything. Your OnlyFans is and that's great. I'm glad you and a lot of people that we know are making a living and were able to make a living during the pandemic because of that.
Thank you. I appreciate
And
that.
it's trust me, I would do it myself if I thought I could make some money. And actually, I might just, who knows? There is an audience out there, but it's a similarly male audience to you. But that's a whole other thing. But Elina, you've been a delight. Nicole, once again, thank you for finding some up and coming stars that we can talk to.
Not a problem.
And it's funny, in 5 years, you're going to look back on this and you were so polished and you were so great and you're such a great interviewer and you got your look together. I mean, you're not even wearing a wig tonight, I don't think.
My hair's
I looked on your Amazon wish list and I know like the first 5 things are wigs.
Yeah, I love wigs. They're good for cosplays.
So what's your favorite cosplay?
Favorite person to cosplay?
There you go.
My favorite person to cosplay?
Or character?
Well, ones that I've done already, I definitely really enjoy doing Sailor Moon. I think Sailor Moon was very fun. And Harley Quinn, I love Harley Quinn. So that was really cute. But there's definitely a lot more that I want to do like in the future. So
well, there's a whole. Do you see yourself maybe starting to hit the con circuit and cosplaying there?
Oh yes, definitely. I would love to. I just gotta like figure some stuff out first in my life, you know, because that's like a whole other like audience, and you know.
But I think they'll like your music. So is this going to be? Are you going to put your music out one single at a time, or is this going to be a whole album?
Well, right now the plan is to like focus on singles, and then eventually we'll just like release it as an EP. But definitely visuals is going to be very important for what we're putting out. So promoting this is going to be the biggest thing for us. So definitely singles and an EP.
Well, I got to tell you, Elina, and I only speak for myself, but I think Nicole agrees with me. I love your aesthetic.
Thank you.
And I like what you're doing. I think you're taking the Suicide Girls look that I can't believe is now 20 years old and really pushing it into the future.
Thank you.
I like your music, and I look forward to hearing more and hearing it become more of your influences rather than your producers.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And Elina, now you can, I gave the product placement, but now you can promote whatever you want. You have free reign. Tell everybody where they can see you and where they can get a hold of you, where they can join your OnlyFans, and where they can actually just send you cash. I like that on your Linktree, and I got to start doing that.
Yeah,
how many people do that?
Important.
Do people just send you cash for nothing?
Yeah, all the time. It's awesome.
Nicole, we got to do this.
Yeah, you guys really got to be on top of that. I swear, like, people will support you to the end, and I appreciate that.
Tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and everything that you got going on.
Cool. So I feel like the biggest thing for me is definitely Instagram. That's kind of where I do everything. So you can follow me at Elina Lo Life. So ELINA LO Life, LIFE. And once you get there, all my links will be on that little description in the caption.
Was there already an Elina Lo that had like in the URL that you can get?
Actually, I gotta look into that because
I'm wondering what's Elina Lo Live. Yeah.
Yeah, my past
he fucked it up. That guy, that asshole.
He said he bought it, so I gotta look into that. Yeah.
I gotta fly to Miami to take care of this guy for you.
Oh no, we're not gonna talk about it. It's fine. Anyways,
you ever see Scarface where they chainsaw the guy in the shower? Like we got to start doing that Miami style. Go ahead, Nicole. You were saying.
No, I was no. Anyway.
Now for the leg, huh? You gotta start doing it.
Yeah, well, I know in this lifetime you're gonna meet a lot of crappy
Anyway,
people. Don't mess
you're
around.
going your way, which is up to the top, and he's going his way, which is right to the bottom. Made one good song, one good video, and that's it.
It is
Forget it.
what it is.
It
Whatever.
was what it is. Elena, you have been a delight. I can't wait to see what you do in the future, and definitely I want to have you back at some point. We love
Definitely.
talking to you.
Yeah, thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. I appreciate both of
Yeah.
you guys. Like, this was definitely a delight.
And Elena, you got to read Nicole's new poetry book. Tell everybody how they can get that, and tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, Nicole. And you know, if Trouble has any websites too,
He's asleep now.
okay.
So he's down. You can get Slow Burn, my new poetry book, on lulu.com. That's lulu.com. And then I am Nicole6Books on Instagram and Nicole H6 on Facebook.
And I am Goth Comedian on all social media. Everybody have a wonderfully creepy week. Bye.
Bye.